My name is Glenn Livingston. I'm with Woodjoy Tools, and today I'd like to talk to you about Bowsaws. Now, Bowsaws are a century-old, very simple, basic tool, and I have an example here that I'll show you some of the features on of an older Bowsaw, so you'll have an idea of how it works. And it's a basic frame. It's got two sides, and the sides are called cheeks, and a middle piece of wood, which is what's called a stretcher, and it acts as a pivot point or fulcrum. And the top part is what I call a tension tab and a piece of string, and of course on the bottom we have a metal blade. And so when you put tension on the string, it draws the blade tight, and that action is because of the stretcher acting as a pivot point. And this one is one I'd like to talk about because it has several nice features that you don't find in many of the Bowsaws today. And one of them is the tension tab mechanism, and it's actually two pieces of wood, one tab, long piece of wood that slides up and down. There's a little tension on here, so I just want to back that off a little bit. And then inside, between the string, there's another piece of wood that this tab slides in and out of. You can see that action right there. And the reason for that is when you want to put tension on it, you can slide the tab up so it doesn't hit the stretcher and put as much tension on it as you want, and then slide it back down to hold that tension in place. That's how that works right there. Most Bowsaws that you see today have a single piece of wood stuck in between the string, and it makes it difficult to tighten past a certain point because once the string gets tight, there's no way to move that, or it's very difficult to move the tab from one side or the other to get past the stretcher to hold that tension. So this just makes it a lot easier. So you can more finely tune your Bowsaw. Okay, so some of the features on this Bowsaw is its balance. You can see how well balanced it is right here. It's fairly lightweight. The stretcher itself is chamfered on the corners, and that is done to lighten up the Bowsaw itself, to take some of the weight out, and it also looks nice. Another feature is on the cheek. On the top of the cheek, you can see where it's tapered, and that again is to make it a little more delicate, take a little weight off of the Bowsaw itself. On this Bowsaw, there's also some nicely turned knobs or handles. There's a large handle on this side which you grip, and a smaller knob on the other side which is just used to twist the blade. So you can adjust the blade from cutting from one side. You can turn it this way or sideways, and that way you can use it to cut long lengths of wood. That's some of the very nice features of a well-designed Bowsaw. Now this one is more than 100 years old. It's just a very nice find. This particular one is made in London, England. So we'll talk about making a Bowsaw in a future video.